back in 1869, similar circumstances when the greenback was circulating and it was depreciating relative to gold. The political will came together and they laid out a 10-year plan to resume backing of gold versus the paper currency. Do we have that kind of political will this time?
Well, don't forget, resumption after the Civil War was hard fought. And the political will, I guess, was manifested finally in this act being passed, but they did put it 10 years off in the future.
But that was necessary to make the adjustments to go back to gold,
Yeah,
wasn't
but
it?
it was necessary because it was
A good
only
compromise?
marginally popular. It was very controversial, and it became more so, of course, in the 1870s and 80s as the greenback and populist movements gathered. The late 19th century was a time of a subsiding price levels down maybe 1.5% a year. Real wages were up, but prices were down. The farmers couldn't stay. So this political will, in retrospect especially, was there, but it was hard fought.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that what we have going for us today, again, is pure and simple arithmetic.
Does Congress realize that, do you think?
This Congress doesn't realize it so much, but maybe the next one will. I mean,
this Congress represents, there are a lot of Tea Party people in this
Yeah,
Congress.
there are. So Lou Lehrman and I went down to testify before Ron Paul's monetary, congressional subcommittee on monetary affairs, I don't know, about 6 weeks ago. And Ron Paul, of course, is very friendly to all this. So Lou and I figured that this would be a fabulous opportunity, and indeed it was a very flattering one. And the Democrats boycotted it. But we're told Democrats wouldn't show up and dignify these proceedings with their presence. What we didn't expect was the de facto boycott by Republicans. We were testifying in front of ourselves and our immediate families. It was kind of dispiriting in that sense. So I'm not sure where I get off saying there will be a gold standard, except I believe that finally there is some reservoir in the American electorate of good common horse sense. And when horse sense meets arithmetic, I expect good things to happen.
Mm-hmm. Will there be faith in the government in maintaining a gold standard if it does go back to a gold standard?
I don't know. Let's cross that bridge when we come to it.
Yeah. Is the gold standard really the only alternative in your view?
Well, unless somebody can think of something better. I mean, the gold standard, to most minds, has a hopeless layering of cobwebs. It is like they say, well, if we have the gold standard, can't we bring back a dysentery too? I'm nostalgic for that as well. So people are, if you talk to the average Manhattanite about this, they're, shall we say, skeptical. So I am open to suggestions about what might be a standard such that the world's balance of payments is synchronized rather than stymied. I'm open to a standard in which the monetary medium is recognizable as money everywhere and accepted universally. I'm open to a standard in which that monetary medium grows at approximately the rate of the world's population. It seems to me that such a standard is, I can't conceive of anything even remotely resembling a gold standard. Certainly none has been tested in what my friend Lou Lehrman says is the laboratory of human history. So we had 100 years or more of not perfect, but a remarkably successful run of a standard that managed to maintain price stability and serve as a kind of a gyroscope of economic growth, of stupendous economic growth in a time of great technological progress. So what's wrong with that?
Yeah,
what's wrong with that?
But can governments be trusted with a gold standard, or should we be looking at private market
Well,
solutions?
let's have markets bring it. I think state legislators, there must be a dozen of them, they're either weighing it or have recently enacted.
Yeah, you've seen some of the movement in Utah, South Carolina. And
so whether the movement comes from the bottom up, or the bottom up probably is more likely than the top down, I'd be happy to see a kind of a competitive currency situation develop. Maybe if Congress would just stop taxing gold as a collectible, that would be a good step forward. I dare say you have better ideas in this than I do. But I do have some confidence that in two things. I have a kind of a dread, that's a form of confidence, but I have a dreadful confidence that existing arrangements will not last. Mm-hmm. In fact, I would put that down just like Bernanke did. I'm 100% certain of that.
Okay.
And also I have a confidence in in the, as I say, in the reservoir of goodwill and of common sense of the American public. And I think between the two of these forces, arithmetic and American common sense, something good will come of this apparent disaster.
Yeah, if we can only have some common sense in Congress, I would agree with you, and
Yeah.
maybe that'll happen.
Well, I don't know. Let's give it another 50 years. We'll get there.
Okay, thanks very much, Jim. I've been with Jim Grant, the founder and editor of Grant's Interest Rate Observer.